All right, guys. So welcome to the weekly powwow. Let me know where you're from, where you're watching from, how long you've been in the business. It's freaking fire. So I'm super pumped. So these weekly powwows are in place because as a team, we're all under Courtney. We come together each week to share our stories because you never know. Maybe you have somebody that you have something in common with, and you can, that's your new like accountability buddy, or somebody that you can, kind of look up to, or someone that you relate to and you like to copy their post or whatever. You'll find people like that because you're not the only one who has been through whatever you've been through in the past, and there's someone like you in this business somewhere. And so that's what these powwows are for. So if you don't know me yet, my name's Yami. I joined the business over 2 years ago. I joined for literally extra gas money, and that's about it. And I thought that's the only thing that I was like worthy of, so I just left it as is, and I only made it as my like extra gas money. And then along the way, while I was going to college, I realized something even more, that this business could be my full-time income. This could buy me my house. This could be my full-time income. This could be literally everything. This could be my purpose. And so it was life-changing to me, especially like the month after high school, because I joined this business in high school. I got married to the love of my life, and I got a lot of like, backlash, and everybody was like hating on me. And I was like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna mind my own business. I'm gonna go this way. I'm gonna be successful while y'all go over there. So that was literally me. And so now I am a diamond in the company, and I'm freaking thriving, y'all. I live in South Carolina, and I'm from Texas. So I feel y'all over there with the snow. It gets hard, y'all. So, hell yeah. So our first speaker, we have three speakers, is, let me look, sorry. I think it was Chassidy. Let me see if I can find you. Or you can unmute yourself so I can find you.
I'm here.
Hey. Okay. So
Hey.
tell us your story before the business.
Before the business. So I am a mom to twins, 16-year-olds now, but obviously before it was very struggling times. Um, and I have a 20-year-old now in college. So I knew that, things were going to be tough. I ended up getting divorced and moving out on my own, and things were just really, really tight. So, lost my job just recently, actually, before I joined. Lost my job as a manager, kind of backstabbed, if you will, but that's okay. God moves on in mysterious ways. So I was talking with Brianna, and I have learned so much from her, and other team members learned a lot from them as well. And I have so many haters. I tell Brianna every day, like, I get these messages, they let you go through the whole convo, and they're like, oh yeah, and then they stand you up or they don't respond, and then when you send follow-up messages, they're just like, nope, delete, block. So we all get that. So that's pretty much my story. I was initially just looking for that extra income because I was in between jobs. I found a job that pretty much would pay some of the bills, but not all of the bills. So I was like, I've got to do something. So talked with Brianna, signed up, been working. I even texted her yesterday, and I was like, I hate this job. I really hate this job. So I got a different job. I actually start in 1 week doing management, managing a billing office, which is what I love. I love to teach, I love to grow, and I love people to, just succeed in life, period. So until I actually can build my business to be the full-time income, that's what I'm going to be doing. And I go to school at night. I'm getting my healthcare administration degree.
That's freaking amazing. And it's honestly amazing that, a lot of us, we start the business and we're like, it's just a side hustle. But
Right.
literally, it could be anything. It could be your side hustle, your full-time income. This will literally like change your life. Even it like no matter how small it is, it's freaking amazing. And I love that you're using this as not only like a, backup plan, but probably your full-time income too, which is freaking amazing. So I'm super excited that Brianna signed you up. Oh my gosh, that's freaking amazing. So now, what are you gonna do after? Like now that you're in the business, what are your dreams and goals? Like, what are you working towards?
First things first, obviously, is to pay off my car because I have to get that taken care of. And then because my kids are getting older, the college age student, I'm in college, the 16-year-olds are junior in high school. I would love for us to just take a trip, just us, just enjoy wherever we go, whatever we do, not have to worry about, oh, do I have enough money in the account? Actually take them somewhere, enjoy it, and give them those memories that I didn't have as a kid. We grew up not poor, but we managed. And we went to Nashville, Tennessee, and I hated it. And it was country music. Think of 16-year-old, you hate country music. I love it now. But the point was that I hated it. But now I look back and I'm like, you know what? That was one trip, but I loved it. So I want to be able to give my kids more. And when they start having babies way down the road, I want to be able to spoil those grandkids.
Heck yeah, drop a one if you related to that. Honestly, I relate to that so much because as a, you know, whenever I was in this business when I took my honeymoon, and honestly, it helps so much with that trip.
Mhm.
Honestly, it's expensive, but it's so worth it. I honestly love taking trips. I even take trips now. Like I took one to go see Sarah in Missouri, and I went to Tampa, and like because of this business, and it's so amazing that we get to use the extra money to go on trips. And I'm super excited to see where you get to go, and you need to tell us all about it too. um, so yeah, and yeah, worry free. Honestly, like that we joined this business not for like the money, but the stuff that comes after the money, the freedom,
Right.
the ability to be worry free. I mean, who drop a two if you've ever went to the store and you're like, oh, I hope I don't have to put up a item or
Yeah.
something, or I hope I don't go into the negatives, or you know that was me like at some point, especially when I went to Chicago back to back. I was literally struggling. I was sitting there in the hotel room and I was like, oh my gosh, like how am I able to afford this? You know what I mean? But God is gonna, God hears you, God sees you, and He brought you this business for a reason, and it's
Mhm.
because we are worthy of being worry free, being in that financial freedom, being free from you know and being in that negative space. And I honestly relate to that. So you're enrolling like crazy. Tell us a little bit about that. What's one of your tips?
Um, I think the most tips, I use the scripts a lot and I use the boards, but I feel like once you get them kind of interested and you kind of have that personalization, and have that conversation with them, like, where are you from? What do you do? What do you like to do? I learned very quickly from Brianna, oh, you like coffee? Do you like mochas? Because how many of us go to Starbucks and get our coffees every day? Well, let me get you this chocolate super green to add into your coffee. So yeah, I just try to get a little personal with them because sometimes they can tell it's scripted. You have to engage with them and know what they are. They want to know what you are too, and that it's not a scam. I get those that say it's a pyramid scam. Sorry, bye. But definitely being engaged with them and knowing them and what they're looking for.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I cannot like stress this enough when it like those scripts are just templates, guys. And Sabrina like touches on this all the time. They're just templates. Yes, it's gonna give you all the information, but personalize it. Add in your spice. Be like, instead of saying, hey girl, be like, hey bro, what's up? No, I'm kidding. You know what I mean? You gotta be, like she said, you gotta be personalized. Like nobody's gonna, you know what I mean? They join with you and they buy from you because you are you.
Mhm.
That's the reason why. And I love that. Honestly, thank you so much for talking on here. Honestly, I related to so many things that you said. Any last words or any words of encouragement? Anything that sticks out to you?
I would just like to say that most people have been great and like a family right away and open arms, but we all need to realize that we truly are a family and we're helping each other build each other up. It's mostly women, but there are some men. And shout out to Jesse for helping me. He is a huge godson. He messaged me every day and said, did you get your messages out? So just support each other, love one another, and just know that we can do this together.
Heck yeah, and that's what it's all about, guys. Community, and I mean, of course, making money. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, next on our list is Emily. Let me see where you are. Okay, I unmuted you. I gave you the
Hi
button.
guys.
Hey.
Sorry about my voice a little bit. I actually just got over having COVID and I am still getting my voice back. So, um, my name's Emily. I've been in the business for 2 years. I signed up under someone who quit, who was under someone who quit, who was under Courtney. So here I am. Um, and my story is a little different because when I joined It Works, I actually had my dream job and I still have it. Hi, guys. I work full time in mental health. I go out to people's houses and I meet with them on a weekly basis and help them work on their goals and things that they want to do and all that kind of stuff. And I love my job. I love what I do. And I love that I get to use my shared experience to help other people. But the reality is, when you work in mental health, you don't do it for the paycheck. I was working 60-hour weeks and bringing home a paycheck that probably reflected about 30 in a different kind of job. Um, but I still loved it. So I wanted to find something that would kind of supplement that income. And anybody who knows me knows that I just kind of say things as they are. So I'm just going to say it as it is. Before I got that job, I was in active addiction. I got clean about 4 years ago because I found out I was going to have my son. Thank you. I see you guys clapping. Um, but when I had my son, it was very quick for us to realize that he had a lot of health issues. Um, and we don't know his dad's family because his dad was adopted. So we don't actually know where any of it came from. But he's had about 9 surgeries since I joined this business. And he's not done yet. And he actually has a surgery coming up in March. So a lot of things. I'm always busy. I'm always super busy. And then on top of it, the world was like, you need COVID, and so does everyone in your house. So have fun. One of my biggest things was when I first joined this business, it took off. I was charted for Diamond, I went Ruby, and I did all of that in my first full month. So I was like set to go, and everybody was like, oh my God, top 1%, you're going to get it, you're going to go for it. And I got scared. I got scared as shit. So I like stopped. I was like, no, I can't be successful. Don't give me that. I'll stay at Ruby and I don't want to do anything else. So I stayed there for a really long time. And then I actually lost Ruby. I wasn't working consistently. I was in a super toxic relationship. And I kind of let everything besides that relationship go down the drain. Um, and it was bad. I didn't like the feeling. I didn't like feeling like I let anybody on my team down. I remember Brianna, that's on here. We went to a training in Philadelphia, and we were standing outside, and she was like, "You're only Ruby," and that was like the attitude people had towards me because I was always showing up and I was always doing things and I was always like speaking to speak, and it was not consistent, and that was my biggest struggle. Um, and I keep picking up my drink like I'm gonna drink it, and then I put it back down. But last year, I got really serious with the business because I knew I didn't want to live at home forever. I was up for a promotion at my job, and I just wanted more of everything. Like I was gonna have more vacation time, but like, what's the point of having 5 weeks of paid vacation if you can't afford to take a vacation? So I wanted to go diamond, and I wanted it so bad, and I had an awesome team under me, and everybody was working really hard, and we were on Zooms every day, and we were doing all the things. And then that same feeling of I don't want to be successful. Like I'm nervous, I'm scared as hell. So I ran again. And I actually just kind of came back not that long ago, and I came back to a team that wasn't working anymore. I had enough people on my chart to be diamond or higher, and because I walked away, none of them were working anymore. And that was like a kind of smack in the face because I let down these girls who looked up to me and thought like she's going to be the person that takes me diamond with her. And I just said, well, I don't deserve it, so I'm not going to give it to you guys either. So that's like my biggest tip is really staying consistent. And like I always say, stick with your people. And that might be like a 12-stepper thing, because they say, people, places, and things. I stick with my people, and that's how I stay sober. I stick with my people, and that's how I go diamond. So really sticking with your team is a big one for me. Every day, cheering your people on. Um, sorry. And then I forget what I was saying because I coughed. Sticking with your team, staying consistent, and then all that kind of stuff. I really haven't been enrolling because for the last week they were arguing with me to go to the hospital every day, and I was like, no, I'm fine, because that's also what I do. But I think if my biggest tip for enrolling would be to follow what your leaders are doing. I didn't go Ruby in 30 days because I was like figuring everything out. I went Ruby in 30 days because Courtney said, I'm doing this and it's working. Here's the message I'm sending and it's working. Here's the thing that I'm doing and it's working. And I just did everything because what? Oh, I thought you were talking to me. Sorry. This business is about duplication. And if you can't duplicate what you're doing, you're not going to have a team under you that's going to be able to do what you do. You want to enroll the people that you want on your team because you want to know that they are the kind of person that enrolled you. I want to enroll Courtney's. I want to enroll Jade's. I don't want to enroll Emily when she first joined and didn't know what she was doing. I enroll everybody that I enroll like they're going to be my diamond, and I run with it. And if you're not going to run with it, then you're letting yourself end them down because you're not going to get the results you want. I say everything how it is. I'm a pretty harsh person, but that's what I got. The other thing is TikTok. Stick with TikTok. I posted one TikTok the first time and signed 2 distributors from it. It's working right now, and it's working great. So use it. And you can retake that video 50 times. So don't worry about looking dumb. I always look dumb. The first one, I always look homeless and like I have 12 chins. I don't know what it is. It just happens. Stick with it. Keep retaking it until you get one you like, and you will post it and you will sign people. Get the boards app that Courtney gave out. Use it, learn it, follow everything that's in it, and change them to fit you. They're like the best thing in the entire world, especially if you're super busy. Voice messages are my favorite thing on Messenger. Love you, Carmen. It just shows that you're a real person. When you're using scripts when you first join, because you don't really know what to say or what to edit or how to relate to the person, when you send a voice message, you can literally say exactly what's on the script, and they know you're not a robot behind a computer. They know you're a real person. And I think that's all. The last thing I wrote was stick with your people, but I already said that. So yeah, guys, stick with your people.
That was so fire. Everybody drop a 4 or a 3 or whichever. Just
whatever number we're on at this point.
That was so good. Okay. So I know we have a couple people who have been here in the business for, a couple months, a couple years. How did you just hop on the horse, back on? How did you come back? What is your tip on that? Yeah.
So that's a difficult one because I never gave up long. And I actually just posted about this yesterday for my life post. And the quote that I use, because that's one of my other things, if I can't think about what to write, I go on Pinterest, I write how I'm feeling or what I want to focus on with the word quotes at the end. And whatever one of the ones that speaks to me is, I put it on the top of my life post and I build off of that. And the quote was, I want to see what happens if I don't quit. And that's all I do. I show up and I just want to know what happens if I stick with it. I mean, I literally had diamond at my fingertips. I could have gotten down to work the last couple days and I could have made it happen. And instead I said, oh, I don't know. It makes me nervous. So I just didn't. And the easiest thing for me when I want to set back up and when I want to jump back in is to say, I'm going to wake up tomorrow and I'm going to set my goal and I'm not going to go to sleep until it happens. But don't just set that goal. Write it down. My goals are on these things all the time. I send it to Courtney and say, this is what I'm doing today. I'm not going to sleep until it happens. Because then it's not just me anymore. Because now I know Courtney's going to message me later and be like, so did you do that step or no? Or Carmen's going to message me and say, hey, you said you were going to do those things, but I haven't heard from you. What are you doing? And I know they're going to check on me. So when I tell somebody else what I'm doing that day, it makes me do it, and it makes me do it harder and faster because I'm a show off. I like to impress people. I don't know what it is.
I love that. And yeah, like accountability can come in so many like different forms. And like you said, like before, whenever you left the, you kind of backed off, your team did too. So you kind of have to think about it that way too. Like if you're a very yellow, I know like I don't know how it happens, but like whenever you adjust your why to kind of fit around your color, it kind of makes sense. So like with yellows, like they're like, oh yeah, I have to do this because what if I can help other people who aren't even in the business, who haven't even heard of it, need this, right? I can help them because they need it. I can help my team because they need it. You know what I mean? And it's so crazy, and like the yellow shows on you. It's so cool.
And
But
for anybody that doesn't know what color you are, ask your upline for the test, because not only does that help you kind of figure out why you do certain things you do in your business, but it also helps you be a better leader. I know I'm a very red person. I like money, I like numbers, I like statistics. That's my thing. But I know half of my team is yellow. And I can't be a red who knows nothing about a yellow and lead a team of yellows. It's just never going to work, because I'm going to say, go send out 150 messages. And they're going to say, I don't know, like, can I do 10? And to me, that I'm like, 10? Like, no, you cannot. So know what color your team is and know what that personality trait means, because that'll help you lead so much better.
yes, and the color doesn't define you, but it the friggin' helps.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was so good. Any other last words?
No, I mean, I just want to see everybody in this Zoom go diamond one day. So, and
Really?
like I said, I like numbers, so I'll make sure I know who
Heck yeah. I kind
does.
of want to touch on the part that you said that you kind of like didn't really like thought you were like worth it, and everybody was like, "Yeah, why aren't you up there?" Every one of you who are on this Zoom or watching the replay, you're freaking worthy of ambassador and above. Honestly, like, you're the only person holding yourself back is you. Nobody's thinking about that. You're not worth it. Honestly, we're thinking that you're worth it. You are worthy of everything that's out there. You just gotta believe it and show up and take it. Take it by the throat or whatever.
They
you
can
know
put
what I
whatever
mean?
they got.
Heck yeah. So next is Sarah. Let me see. I muted you. I think you got the button.
I got it.
Awesome. So tell us your story before the business.
My story before the business was I come from a divorced family, so like split households. It's very a struggle, especially when your father has nothing to do with you and stuff. And then my family now, my mom, my sister, and I, we have a tough time, especially since I'm getting ready to go off to college, and my student loans and college loans and tuition and everything else moving 100+ miles away. And so I joined the business to get the extra income on top of with my job at Walmart to hopefully not have to do any student loans by my 4 years of me getting my RN and BSN license. For you who don't know that, it's a Bachelor of Science of Nursing and a registered nurse. I'm going to become a NICU nurse. And so I joined it underneath Sarah. We have met 3 years ago at Sonic before I went on to my life journey and stuff. And then I joined just so I can get away from the struggle that I have been living in for the past 18 years.
I love that. And like, let me see. I almost forgot her name. Cheyenne Knox. Whenever she was talking to Mike Patello, she was, Mike asked her, "Why did you join this business?" And she said, "Because I want to get away from the things that I don't want to be." And honestly, that's like boom, mic drop. Like what? And that's awesome that you kind of like realize that that's kind of like your why to like just get away from your past, right? Everybody drop a 6 if you're like, I want to, I don't want to be where I was. I want to be where I need to be, where, God needs me to be, where I can serve him, right? Heck yeah. So where are you going with this business? What do you like, kind of like, what are your bigger dreams with the bit?
My bigger dreams is to definitely replace it with my part-time job currently, since when I get to college in August, I'll be a softball player. I will be in student council and all honors, just basically be busy and everything else. And so just not driving 35 minutes from work and school and everything after softball and coming home at 1 o'clock in the morning. It just doesn't sound like I will want to do that for the rest of my 4 years. So hopefully that this business that I know will go ahead and just shoot me up through the world, and one to get closer with the family I've already created and God also. So
Yes, definitely. And guys, like this business works with whatever schedule you have. If you're a mom, if you're a part-time student, if you're a full-time wife like me, this business works everywhere in every schedule. If let it. If make time aside and make it a priority. You know what I mean? You got to make it one of your pillars, one of your top rocks that you put in your schedule. So I'm super freaking excited for you. Let me see. What's one tip that you use or that you want to share with your team or the team? Sorry.
don't let the nose get you undefeated and everything. Every no is just a closer to a yes. Like, I keep on texting Sarah, like, I keep on getting no's. I'm going to, like, I don't know what to do. I need the LCs to get my shopping spree. And finally, that this morning, 12:05 in the morning, I signed my very first LC. And just because Sarah kept on telling me not to let the nose discourage me. So don't let the nose let you down.
Yeah, and the nose shouldn't even it should be something that you're striving for, you know what I mean? Because the nose are like one step closer to your yes, you know what I mean? If you haven't seen the video with Jesse Lee, go for the no, you need to watch that. That was freaking amazing. It's freaking fire. Even with the nose, don't let anything distract you from where you're going. You have a greater purpose than, crying in the corner and be like, oh my gosh, they said no or they didn't sign up. You have such a greater purpose than that. Such a greater purpose. Every single one of you. Honestly. Like, you're so worthy of more than, people who aren't in your corner. You have a whole family here. You have an amazing team who are always cheering you on. And, don't let something like that get you down, or even yourself. Like Emily said, that like I didn't think I was enough. Me neither. You know what I mean? Whenever I first joined a business, like I said, I thought I was only worthy of gas money. No, we're so much worthy of so much more. We're so worthy of everything that's on that dream board, y'all. Everything that's on there. So dream super freaking big. Go get it. Yes. So you guys, ladies who just talked on here, any last, kind of thing, words that y'all want to share? Yes, gas money in a private jet. Oh my gosh. I love that. Or Courtney, did you want to talk? Or I don't think she can, huh? We'll see. Sarah, Danielle.
Real quick, I just wanted to say about the no thing, because I think this was something that I really struggled with when I first joined. You're going to hear no, and it's not just going to be through a phone screen. You're going to hear no from your family and your friends, and you're going to want to take it personally, but don't. My mom was I was at work when I signed this girl. I went to rehab with this girl. She messaged me and was like, I just joined this thing. It's awesome. You can make money from your phone. And I didn't even ask any questions. She was like, it's $20 to join. I was like, okay, yeah, sure. I stared at the link for like 30 seconds. I signed up. It was like a no-brainer. I got home and my mom was like, you're going to get scammed and they're going to steal all your money. And this is stupid. And I don't know why you do it. And then I was like, okay, watch me. And then when I went Ruby, I earned a bonus. And she was like, they're going to take it back. They're going to steal all your money. It's stupid. And I was like, okay. And like my mom consistently was that person that was like, I'm not signing up as a loyal customer. Don't talk to me about what you're doing. I don't want to hear about your bonuses because it's bullshit money. You're not going to actually see it. And now my mom has not only been a loyal customer, she's been a loyal customer twice. She signed up as a distributor when I needed one more spot on my diamond chart. Like, the people that tell you no, It's not because they don't want to help you or they don't like you or they don't want to support you. It's because they're uneducated. Ask whoever in your family, if it's your boyfriend or your mom or your sister or your cousin, on Sunday nights we have a family call. Why don't you hop on and watch with me? On this day we have Cami. She does, the where we talk about the business. Why don't you hop on so you know a little bit more? Don't take no. Like, take it with a grain of salt and then push past them and show them why they should have said yes. And that's what I wanted to add on that one, because my mom was mean. Like, she was not supportive at all, and now she's on my chart in 3 different places.
Heck yeah. And even then, like, if you get a no, there's just a way out of there. Like, you can get something out of conversation no matter what. Like, keep going until you get something. You know what I mean? Like, if they say no to your product, hey, no worries. Would you mind posting a status for me instead? Bam. No
Everybody
worries.
likes free money.
Yeah, like, honestly, and if they don't want free money, you can then add them. That's a space that they shouldn't even be taking up on your friends list. So, you know what I mean? So, and even then with family members, I had friends, family as well, who they weren't even like my first buyers. You know who was? People who I didn't even know, and they were like states away. Those are the people who are like gonna be there. Like all of us, we don't even know each other, and we're here like 110%. Like what? You know what I mean? Like strangers are always gonna be like people that are gonna be there, are gonna buy from you, and are gonna be like the best people ever. Honestly, you know what I mean? Because people who know you before the business, they can't believe that they also came from the same place, but you're further than they were. You know, they just can't believe it. And it's crazy. So, thank you, ladies, for talking. That was freaking amazing. That was freaking bomb. Drop a 7 because that was amazing. Sarah, did you want to talk? Oh my gosh.
I was gonna say, like, going off of what y'all were saying, something I always tell my team is that we are teaching you how to have a sustainable business. You cannot have a sustainable business by just selling people just selling to people that you know, okay? We are in this business to make an income, and you are going to run out of people you know. So, this isn't like a one and done deal, like, oh, I'm going to sell to all these friends and I have to make a bunch of new friends. No, okay? We find the people to sell to, okay? So if you're sitting here, maybe you've just started and you're like, I don't know what I got myself into. I don't know a single goddamn person who's going to buy from me. Congratulations. Neither do any of us, pretty much, okay? We go and find these people. 95% of my customers that I sign are people that I have met through social media, just complete strangers that I've never met in my life. So if that's something that you're sitting here nervous about, that you don't know anybody who's going to buy from you, throw that fear out the window, girl, because nobody else does either, okay? So you're going to have a sustainable business with this if you are following the training and following those units and doing the host to post. That's something that you will hear a lot on these Zooms, because host to post, guys, I kid you not, that is how I think anybody who's diamond or above here, we went diamond by doing host to post out of our ass, okay? Excuse my French. But that is, so if you're not doing host to post, then you're missing it, man. You're going to miss the mark every time, okay? That's the best way you can grow your network. You're going to find people to sell to. You're going to find, your diamond distributors through host to post, okay? I signed up through a host to post, okay? So, and I know a lot of the diamonds on Courtney's team did too. It was through a host to post. She found us through host to post, okay? She was living in New Jersey at the time, and I live all the way in Missouri. And one of my friends from high school did a host to post for her, and I signed up through that. Okay, what are the odds? Okay, that's how you're going to find your people. So don't worry if you don't know anybody. That doesn't matter, And another thing I was going to say that I feel like we need to touch on just a little bit more, just really, man, just bring it all really home, is your mindset, okay? Sarah was talking about how she kept messaging me like, everybody's saying no. I was just like, girl, you better get your mind right, And I showed her personal development, and she literally was listening to Trent Shelton for like 24 hours straight, and then she magically signed the customer. Coincidence? I think not, okay? When you put positivity out in the air and you strive to like have a good mindset and stay positive, the universe is like, dude, I got you, man. I got you. And they repay you for that, okay? So the chair spin. I love this chair, okay? I just got this desk guys, and I'm just like always spinning the chair, but literally I signed up and I was the most negative person. Okay, I had a lot of stuff going on in my life. I was struggling with postpartum depression. I hated my job. Okay, I used to be Sarah Carlson's boss, and she knows. Okay, Sonic, it was a horrible job. Hated it, and so I just was so desperate to be able to be a stay-at-home mom that I started doing this business, and I literally, the personal development changed my life. Okay, I am a completely different person than who I was a year and a half ago, and it's just absolutely insane, like how much your mindset affects your business. Like if people are saying no, or you're getting those nasty people who are like, "Oh, you're a scam," and you let that beat you down, literally that's going to ruin you. Like, don't give up on yourself. Okay, you have to be doing personal development. That's like the most important thing to your business, because if your mind isn't in the right place and you're constantly being negative and you're putting that negativity out there, that's exactly what you're going to get back. If you're messaging people and you're like, oh, they're going to think I'm a scam, they're going to think I'm annoying, then that's exactly what they're going to think, and that's exactly what they're going to say. Okay, so but if you message people and you're like, wow, I have something amazing to offer them, and I'm just going to I may be a little scared, but I'm just going to put it out there for myself that they're going to become a loyal customer. Like, positive things will happen back. So, and I know it's so easy when you first start to just feel super nervous and feel like, oh, what if nobody buys? I'm so nervous, nobody's interested. I made my first post and I only got like one comment on it. Who freaking cares? You have to establish yourself. That first month is always the hardest. It's always the slowest, because everybody's watching you, whether you know it or not. They're watching you and they're like, oh, I see people do these and they always quit. I don't want to sign up with them if they're just going to quit. I want to be with somebody who's sticking around. I had somebody become a loyal customer yesterday that I've been talking to since like the first day I started my business. Like they were just waiting, okay, to see. So you just have to keep being consistent, and understand that you're putting in a lot of hard work and you might not see the results right away, but the longer you be consistent, you're going to get paid back for that in tenfold. Like you're going to see results in that, okay? So keep that positive mindset and just keep being consistent and trust the process, okay? Overnight success, not a thing, okay? It doesn't happen. I don't think I've known a single person who signed up and then they just magically made, $1,000 overnight. Like that's not a thing. Like this is a business. You're starting from the ground up. Okay. So you have to be consistent. And what we do isn't hard. Okay. It's not hard. All we literally do is we post and we message people. Like if you really think about it, that's all we do. I do all my things in about an hour to an hour and a half in a day. And then the rest of the day, I'm getting on my Zooms and I'm helping my team and I'm raising my son. Okay. So that's a lot easier than flipping burgers and dealing with crappy customers in a fast food restaurant, So yeah, that's pretty much it. Danielle, take the floor, man. Take it.
So I just want to come on. I'm a diamond on the team as well, but I started a year ago in 2 days. So in 2 days, I'll be in the business for a year. And when I was in the business, when it first started, I was on every single Zoom. I'm a mom of a 6-year-old now. I'm working 60 hours a week right now. And I'm homeschooling. So this job, when we say it's for anybody, it's for anybody. It is a one size fits all job. If you're a busy mom, if you're a stay-at-home mom, whatever you are, it fits for you. You just have to want it. So I wake up early in the morning. Like my daughter wakes up now, she's actually sleeping later, but she wakes up around 7 o'clock. I'm up by 5. I'm up by 5:30 every single morning. So that way I can get my personal development done. I can get my life post done. I can get my adding done. I can get all of that done. And then I don't have to really worry about it while I am working, because I work full time. I work 12, 13 hours a day. So it is very hard. I mean, it's hard. I'm not going to lie, for me, because I have so much going on. I'm saving for a wedding, I'm planning a wedding, everything, but I make it work because I know what this business can do for me and what it can do for my family. So I'm waking up earlier in the morning. I'm making sure I'm getting at least my 10 host to post up a day. I'm growing my network every day because like Sarah said, if you're not doing host to post, you need to start doing them, because that is where you're going to get most of your customers, most of your distributors. I signed almost 30 customers last month, and it was because of host to post. Towards the middle of last month, I put in a mindset shift. Just like Sarah said, it's all about your mind. You have to get in your mind that if you want this, you have to put the work in. Like, you have to put the work in, or else it's not going to come to you. Like, I stopped working because I was like Emily said, I stopped working because I was like, I'm not supposed to have all this. I'm not supposed to succeed. I'm not supposed to be happy in my life. I'm supposed to struggle. But then I did a mindset shift because, once again, Courtney's always in your inbox. If she knows that you're not showing up or something's wrong, she's in your inbox. So I did a mindset shift. I do my personal development, and I said, I can do this. Like, I can do it. And you just have to be consistent. Just like Sarah said, you have to get your 10 host posts up a day. You have to be following up with everybody. I've signed more distributors this month than I've signed in my whole, like, this month is my biggest month that I've signed distributors since I've been with the company. So you just have to make sure you're staying consistent, you're following up. I sign customers all the time just by follow-ups. So don't think that just because you're busy or anything, pretty much it's just you saying that you don't deserve it. But everybody on here, if you're on here tonight, you deserve it. You deserve to be successful. You just have to put the work in and have to want it. So that's all I had, is being consistent and finding the time. I stay up later. Like, my daughter, I put her down to bed by 7, 8 o'clock every night. I'm up until 10, 11 o'clock, if not working my full-time job plus this, or I'm doing this to finish up the tasks that I have to do. So it's very simple. We have a sheet where it gives you everything that you're supposed to do. And if you do that and you actually stick to it, you're going to succeed in the business. Like, you're going to succeed. You're going to sign customers. You're going to sign distributors. That's all I had.
Fire. Oh my gosh. So we have one more, touch up, and it's Brianna. She wants to talk. But before she does, y'all, you need to drop a 10 right now. Drop a 10. That was freaking fire. Like, honestly, I see all of y'all and you're like, yes. Y'all, like, honestly, like, you just got to do the things, right? You know, plain and simple, just do the things, we're a lot of, like, the leaders, they're not, where they are just because they let the business sit and they're like, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. No, they do it then and there. They do it when they can. They do it in between tasks. They do it in between work, school, kids, their life. They do it in between, and they make it a priority to finish it off, right? And if you can't find that list, we have like a ton everywhere. There's also one in your e-suite, so.
Oh, hey y'all. Hey, I am so excited. My heart was starting to race a little bit, but I had to hop on here because I hope you guys can hear me. All right. So I just want to give a few shout outs. Okay. First of all, I want to shout out my girl, Emily. Okay. I remember that exact day when we're all outside just talking, and I'm like, what? You're what? And to still see you here makes me so excited, because I cannot wait to be at those VIP retreats together, talking about how we went from 0 to 100 real quick. Okay. And it just goes a long way when you see other leaders on your team who are showing up anyhow, right? In spite of her not feeling at her best, she's here and she spoke. She didn't just like come and say, just sit here and look cute. She's actually here pouring into us. And so that really just goes to show that this is a community, and that even though you're not feeling at your best, you still have value, and people need to hear it. I wanted to shout out Teresa because looks like you have a whole newborn. And he's just chilling and you're on here and you're making time. So that really just shows that you like that really is awesome. So congratulations on your baby. And I wanted to give a shout out to Sarah too, who spoke tonight, who's going to school to be a whole nurse. Am I correct? You're going to school to be a nurse. Okay, cool. So like, as you heard so many times tonight, this business is not for just the broke and struggling. Okay. This is not just for someone who cannot afford to pay their bills. This is not just for someone who wants to travel more. This is not for someone who is just, trying to pay off debt. This business is a one size fit all. As I said last week when I spoke, this allows every and anyone to have equal opportunity. And so if you show up, you lean in, you ask the questions, you take and apply what your leadership is showing you and teaching you, you make time for calls like this, and you really start to tap into your mindset, friend, you will be successful. It is all about your mindset. I have a very similar story to Emily, and I just feel like we're all going to be in a place where we might not feel good enough. I feel like none of us are that bold to be like, yeah, girl, I deserve Ambassador Diamond. Like, no. Right? We all have those different obstacles that we have to overcome, but personal development, that will help to pivot your mindset. I'm telling you, if you're not listening to some type of motivational message in the morning, or you're not listening to listening to the Bible being read to you, or, if you're not doing yoga, some type of meditation, if you're not doing something to get your mind in a good space, like Yami said, when you're reaching out to people, you're going to pour that onto them, right? If you're struggling and you're like, oh, these people, let me tell you, I've heard so many times, oh, people keep telling me no, and they're just not. Listen, keep pushing yourself. Like Sarah said, we have something to offer. We have something to offer. All of us are on here for different reasons, and someone needs to hear what you have, whether it's your products or your business opportunity. And so I remember listening to a podcast that Jade was on. She was on Pam Souter's podcast, and she was like, I have 100 people, and all 100 friends needed to know about my business. So look at it that way. Just because someone told you a no and said, oh, you are part of a pyramid scheme. Okay, girl, peace out. Thank you so much for your time. Keep on going. Okay, don't let one person or one negative person who said I looked up the BBB or KB, like, ooh, if you're spending that much time to respond to me, sis, you could have had a host to post up for me. So like, come on. All right, don't let these negative people keep you from pursuing your purpose. Okay, this company is a Christian-based business, which means a lot of faith is going to have to come into play. So there are a lot of different mechanics to help you have a successful business. But one thing I can say, which you guys have heard a lot, is personal development and also making connections, right? Network marketing is about making connections. So not just, strangers and having them enroll as customers and things like that, but within our team. If you heard someone speak tonight and you can resonate with what they're saying to you, reach out to them. Say, girl, I heard you on the powwow last night. You did amazing. Like, can we be accountability partners? Or when you have team Zooms, do you mind if I hop on? Right? This company is not about one person taking it to the top. It's about taking people with you. That's why you have Ruby, Emerald, Diamond, and above. It doesn't just have you on there, right? It has you in other boxes, which means you need to bring people with you. And I'm going to end here. I just want to read you guys this quick devotional. It comes from the book that says, When Jesus Speaks to a Hurting Heart. And the devotional is called Stand Strong. If you praise me in the sunshine, don't question my goodness in the storms. I am good all the time. If you have no trials in life, your faith would never grow. You would not develop perseverance, which leads you to strong character. Consider the weather. Rain is a necessity. Every day cannot be sunny. The same is true for your spirit. If pleasant days were all you knew, your spirit would not grow in communion with me. My disciples suffered many hardships. They were called to leave their families and everything else behind to follow me. The Apostle Paul was imprisoned and shipwrecked. He did not have an easy life. Accept the hard times just as you accept the good, and praise my name. I know that this isn't easy, but one day there will be no more hardships or hurt. For now, stand strong in your faith. I will see you through even your dark days. So can I get a 11? Can I get a 10,000 million in the comments? Y'all, God is with you, period. He don't say sometimes, he says all the time, right? We're going to have to go through seasons of life that are going to be, there are going to be hardships in your life, right? Life is going to happen, my friend. Toxic relationships, toxic whatever, friendships, you losing your job, you having an eviction notice on your door, your car getting repossessed at 3:00 in the morning, you having to walk to the bus stop with your 2 kids. Listen, I've been there, done that. You struggling with addiction and substance abuse. Life is going to happen, my friend. But this company, these people on this Zoom, the people that you're going to meet, customers, potential customers, business partners, whatever, that is what's going to help you and get you over the obstacles that you're facing. So don't miss out on things like this, because you never know when you're going to hear something like that can change your entire mindset, can change your entire perception on where you're going. So like Yami said, all of us deserve Ambassador Diamond or above. You put yourself in the game and you will see yourself at the top. Love y'all.
Fire. Okay, I'm gonna end this. But y'all, I hope y'all take notes. Like, all of that was fire. Y'all need to, like, anytime you hop on Zooms, make sure you write down any nuggets, anything that stands out to you. Put it in your chat, your team chat. Put it in there. Be active. Hot coals stay hotter together. So make sure y'all are doing that. We're always going to be here. This entire team is always going to be here for you, no matter if you're having a bad day, a good day. Like, we're here to pump you up. We're here to be for you. We're a family. But yeah, guys, like, honestly, that was freaking amazing. And don't feel like nervous reaching out to anybody that was talking tonight. This is what powwows are for. But yeah, I'll see you guys next week. Bye, guys.